The processor includes what? ALU, right? It contains ALU. Then the major component is control unit, and we have register sections. And these register sections we have classified into general purpose register and special function register. Now we have taken which type of computer? We have considered stored program computer. Now what is stored program computer? Stored program computer is a computer where the memory is shared between program and memory. So we have a single memory, and this single memory is meant for both storage of program as well as the data, right? So such type of computers where the memory stores both program and data in a single memory, such type of computer we call it as stored program computer. Now basic stored program computer we have included, this is the ALU, control unit, and register sections. Now GPR, general purpose register, this from R0 to Rn-1. Okay, these are general purpose register. So they have not been defined. The purpose of those registers are not defined. You can store either a value or you can store an address, and that value will not specify anything. So it is not defined, right? It is a general purpose value. And some registers are there. The value inside those registers will specify a meaning. It will define something, right? And its meaning will remain same. Such type of registers we call it as special function register. Now, how many special function registers we have in stored program computer? The SFR registers are MAR, this memory access register. Now, what is memory access register? Now we need to define it. But for GPR, we have not done anything. So we are not going to describe these registers, right? But SFR, when I say MAR is an SFR register, special function register, its meaning we need to define. So what is the description of MAR, memory access register? It is going to hold the address of memory. In the memory, remember that it is a stored program computer. In this memory, we have both program as well as the data, right? So when MAR holds the address of memory, it means that it can point to either program instruction, or it will point to what? The value, that is data from the memory, right? So this is the first SFR register. The second SFR register, what we have is MDR, that is memory data register. Now, what is this memory data register meant for? Holds the content of, now what could be the content of memory? The content of memory could be either program instruction or the data. Now, don't get confused with MAR and MDR. Now, what is MAR and MDR? MAR, say for example, now I will draw a memory, right? Now, inside this memory, we have program as well as the data, right? So I will write one data, something like 25. So this is a value, and I will write add R0, comma, something like 1000H. This is a program instruction. And this value, the address location of this is 1000H. And this is going to represent the value, right? Now, even this memory location, every memory location will have an address. Something like this, I will write this as 0H, 0H. So 01H, 2H, and so on. We have all the memory locations. Now, these memory locations will contain either the instruction or it will contain the value. MDR will not hold the address. MDR will hold the content of that memory. The content of the memory can be the instruction or it can be value. So I can write from our example, I can write the value of MAR could be If it is pointing to instruction, the address could be 0h. And if MAR is pointing to value, its address could be 1000h, right? So these are the addresses, right? Now MDR, right? Suppose if it is pointing to an program instruction, now what will be the content of MDR? The content of MDR will be what? Add R0, 1000h. If MAR is pointing to the address, now the content of MDR will be what? It will be 25. And the third SFR register is program counter register, will be pointing only to the program instruction. It is going to hold the address of instruction. Now remember, even MAR is also hold the address of either program instruction or data, right? So it is pointing to the complete memory. But what about the PC? PC will hold the address of only instructions, not the data. So PC is going to point to 0h. So it will not point to 1000h, because at 1000h it has a value 25. To track the program execution, we need a program counter register. And what is the default value of program counter register? It will be set to 0h, because the start of the memory location will be the point of program execution. IR register, present instruction register, hold the program instruction. Why we need an IR? MDR is also holding the content of memory. The content of memory can be what? Either instruction or data, right? So when MDR holds what? It will hold instruction as well as the data. After reading the instruction from the memory or the data from the memory, if it is an instruction, it will be further stored in what? IR register, instruction register, right? And if MDR will have the content that is data and that is representing a value, now where it will again shift that MDR value, it will shift to general purpose register. We will take one real-time example. So this is an memory. I will write here add R0, hash 25h. So this is one of the instruction. Then I will write move R0, 1000h, and so on. This will be the end of the program. Okay. So here we have an assembler directive that will indicate that is end of the program. And somewhere here, we have the data to be stored, right? So this is memory location 1000h, and this is 0h. If it is 1 byte instruction, it is 0h, or if it is 2 byte instruction, the next address will be 02h, right? And so on. Instructions will execute in 3 phases. Phase number 1 is fetch. Phase number 2 is decode, and phase number 3 is execution phase. Execution phase, right? Now, which are the interfacing registers that will connect the processor and memory? The interfacing registers are MAR and MDR. So these two registers will connect the processor and the memory. So this is processor and memory. The communication path between the processor and memory will be taken care by these two registers, MAR and MDR. And I have defined what is MAR and what is MDR. Now, once a program as well as the data is stored inside this, now what is the algorithm of this program? It is very simple. It will add the content of R0. Say in a processor, we have R0 register as 20, right? 20H, right? Now what we do, the first instruction, what it says, if it is an add instruction, add R0 comma hash 25H. The description is R0 is equal to R0 plus 25H. So it is going to add the content of R0 with the immediate value of 25H. Now the content of R0, we assume it is 20H. So I will write here 20H plus 25H. So if I add it, it will become 45H. And again, it will be updated in R0. Now how we are going to explain how this instruction is being executed? First, the program, the starting point of program is this. And who will hold the starting point of program? Which register will hold the starting point of a program? The program counter register will track the program execution. But still, it cannot retrieve this instruction directly from the memory when the PC value is 0. Now what it will do? It will copy this address into what? Into MAR. Now which register? Now once the program is, now once MAR will hold this address, now it will point to this location. It will point to 0th memory location. Now once it points to the 0th memory location, now what is there inside the 0th memory location? Either data or instruction. Now it is instruction. So where this instruction will be copied? The instruction will be copied where? Can anyone?
MDR.
MDR. Very good. Read what? Instruction. What is the next step? Step number 1. First PC, then it will copy into MAR. Then third step is that content where it has been pointing, it will be loaded into MDR. Now what it will do? I showed you, right? MDR will either hold the instruction or data. If it holds instruction, further where it will move? Into instruction register, right? Now it will go to instruction register and it will dump this add R0 comma hash 25H. All right. Now once it copies the instruction which was in the memory, and it is now currently available where? Into IR. Now where is IR? Can you see? Look at this picture. Where is IR? It is inside the processor. So it is one of the SFR register. This phase we call it as it has completed fetch phase. Completed what? Fetch phase. Now what is fetch phase? Fetch phase, during this phase, the instruction from the memory will be retrieved and placed in IR register. Will go to the second phase now. Now what second phase? Second phase is decode, right? So it will decode this instruction now. It is going to decode the instruction. And where is the instruction available? In IR. And for our study, what is the instruction inside this IR? Add R0 comma 25H. After decoding, it needs to identify where are the operands. It needs to recognize where the data is available, and it needs to determine the operational code, which type of operation I need to perform on those operands. Now, if you look at this instruction, the operation is what? Addition. The operation is addition, and the operand is which type of addressing mode it is? Immediate addressing mode. Now, where is this data? This data is within that instruction itself. The data is within that instruction. So where is this data located? The data is located at the address 0H. So now it will go to 0H and it will retrieve this immediate value. So immediate value 25H. Now what is the memory location of 25H? It is same as that of the instruction itself. Same address of instruction, that is 0. So what is the address of this instruction? 0h. And what is the address of this immediate value 25h? Same address of that instruction. Again, it is 0h only. Right. Now it has identified. So where is the data located? And one more operand is where? Register. And where is the register? It is with the processor, right? Now it will go to the third phase, that is execution phase. Execution phase. Now in the execution phase, what happens? It will take 25h. It will take what? 25h, right? And then it is going to add with what? R0. It is going to add with R0. So what is R0 content? We have assumed it is 20h. So I will write 20h. This is R0 plus immediate value. Now what is immediate value? 25h. 25h. And it will add both together. And again, it will store in R0. So that is 45h. Now this instruction has been executed in the execution phase. Now after executing this instruction, now where it will move? It will move to the second instruction. It will move to what? Second instruction. Once the instruction is executed, what will be the value? The value of PC will be pointing to the next instruction. So it will point to the next instruction, that is PC plus next address, or you can even write the current value of PC plus the size of instruction. The size of instruction. Now what was the default? What was the starting address? It is 0. And what is the size of this instruction? If I say consider it is 2 bytes, then it will add the size of that instruction is 2. Now the address of PC will become what? 2h. Second, 2h, right? So now I'm going to execute the third instruction. Now during the second instruction, now what happens? Now the value of PC has become 0002h. Again, it will copy where? Into MAR, and MAR value will become 02h. Now it will point to that memory location. In that memory location, what we have at 2h, again an instruction is there. So I will write that instruction, and that will be retrieved in MDR. That is move. What was that instruction? Move R0 comma 1000h. It will put into IR. That is move R0 comma 1000h. So this is fetch phase is done. Now it will start decoding. This is fetch phase. Now I will go to decode phase. So in decode phase, it needs to identify what is the operation and where are the operands. Now what is the operation? Move. So it is going to move the data from where to where? From register R0 to memory location 1000h. So it is going, the content of R0 will be moved into memory location 1000h. For example, content of R0, I will assume it as 45h. The previous content of R0 was, after addition, it has become 45h. So I will consider the current value of R0 is 45h. Now this 45h needs to be moved where? Into 1000h. So into 1000h, right? So this 45 needs to come and place here. Now how it will go and place there? Now first what it will do? It will identify this address which is available in that instruction after decoding. Now that MAR will be loaded with what? 1000h. Right? Now this is not from the PC. Now what is MAR holding now? MAR is holding the address of the memory where the data needs to be copied. Now it is pointing there. Now where are the contents? The contents are available in R0. can we put directly the content of R0 into the memory location whose address is pointed by MAR? Answer is no, because R0 is not connected between processor and memory. R0 is not connected between processor and memory. So what it will do? Next, it will copy the content of R0 into MDR. So now the next step is what? The content of R0 will be copied into MDR, right? So at this stage, the value of MDR will become 45H. And once the MDR will get that value, so now it will write, the next step is what? It will write the MDR into memory whose address pointed by MAR. Likewise, it will generate the next address. Now, what is the next address? PC is equal to PC plus the size of the current instruction, right? Size of the current instruction. Now, what was the value of PC? It was 2, right? And what was the size of that instruction? Say, for example, move R0, 1000H. If it is 3 bytes, if it is 3 bytes or 4 bytes, then the next value of PC will be 5th location of the memory. If it is 4 bytes, then it will go to 6th memory location, where the 3rd instruction will be located. Most of the size of the instructions are 1 bytes. 1 byte. So therefore, author will write how the address of the next instruction will be generated. We will write PC plus 1. Why we are writing it 1? Because the size of all the instructions supported by the processor is 1 byte. So therefore, we will write PC is equal to PC plus 1. But the actual formula is PC is equal to PC plus size of instruction, current instruction. The size of all the instruction, if it is 1 byte, I can simplify this formula, mathematical expression, PC is equal to PC plus 1. So do not get confused because 95% of the instruction in a processor will be 1 byte, and we have few instructions, that is remaining 5% of the instruction will vary and it is greater than 1 byte. So you cannot substitute that formula in this. PC is equal to PC plus 1. The actual formula, if you remember, then you will understand how the next address of the program instruction is generated. The next instruction is generated with the current value of the PC plus the size of the instruction. What is the purpose of MDR?
All the content of the memory, whether it is an instruction or a data.
Very good. What is the function of MAR?
Hold the address for the memory.
Hold the address of memory. Very good. What is the purpose of PC? Program counter register. PC will hold the address of program instruction. And then what is the purpose of IR?
Hold the program instruction.
It will hold the program instruction. Very good. So I will write the difference between GPR and SFR. Functions is predefined by the system. The one who is already manufactured that system, the processor, that such register function is been predefined by the system. Then it cannot be modified by programmer. It cannot be modified by programmer, or it cannot be changed or modified time to time, right? Time to time means if the same system it is used for another application, that time also it will not be changed. It cannot be modified, right? So once it is been manufactured, that's it. So the meaning will be meant forever, even if you develop a different application on that processor, right? So whereas GPR, the function is not predefined, by the system. However, but it can be defined by the programmer. If it is defined by the programmer, it will remain forever, same forever? No, it can be defined by the programmer and it can be modified time to time. So these are the differences between SFR and GPR. Now, what is the similarity of SFR and GPR? These are the differences. Now, what is the similarity? The similarity is where it is resides, GPR and SFR?
Processor.
Processor, right?
Sir,
So the
processor.
similarity is SFR are also processor memory and GPR is also called as processor memory.